Hey guys, what's going on? It's Lewis here with Crypto Elite. Hopefully you are having an awesome day. Happy Valentine's Day, unless you're seeing this the day after Valentine's Day, which is what you're probably going to be doing because this is a Trading Tuesday video. So I do my Trading Tuesday videos on Mondays is when I do my market analysis. And then after editing it and posting it and downloading it and all this other stuff, it usually takes a long time to do that. So it gets to you on Tuesdays. But today, as I am recording this, it is Monday, February 14th, Valentine's Day, the day after the Super Bowl. I unfortunately did not get to see it, fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to put it. I was working, but if you saw it, maybe you saw the commercials. There were a ton of crypto commercials. So I remember a big one right now that's going on is the Coinbase commercial. Apparently, they just had a barcode flash up on the screen and you were supposed to scan it. And I think so many people scanned it and went to Coinbase.com that it actually crashed the site. So a little bit of a fail on Coinbase. You would think that they would learn by now after how many years have their site has crashed after people, go on it after they get a big influx of people, that they would actually improve their site. But that's neither here nor there. I did like the FTX commercial with Larry David. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm. I think it's hilarious. So yeah, a lot of stuff was going on for the Super Bowl, for Crypto Week. We didn't get one of the NFTs that people were thinking was a possibility during the halftime show, considering that Eminem and Snoop Dogg and all these other people actually were involved with the NFT world. But regardless, it was still, or at least from what I saw on Twitter and YouTube and stuff, it seemed pretty cool to me. But right now we have a lot of stuff going on. The markets, are they turning around? Are they about to shoot up? Did we just get some nice exit liquidity from all of the new people who just joined after seeing the ads on the Super Bowl? There's a lot to go over. And I'm pretty excited because we need to figure out if it is the time to buy right now or not, and how much we're going to be putting in and what coins we're going to be putting our money into if we choose to. Obviously, disclaimer is probably a good point to have a disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor, and none of this is financial advice, and none of this is investment advice, and I'm not telling you to buy anything or sell anything or put on any trades in these videos. This is for educational purposes only, and this is what I do to stay on track of the markets and to make sure that I keep on accumulating as much crypto as possible and making good financial decisions that are based in logic and reasoning and key levels and good technical analysis and all of that good stuff. That's why I do these videos. And so we should probably get started now. I think the only other things that I want to say is that a couple updates. I am going to be starting a crypto hedge fund. So if you have a lot of capital and you don't really do much with it, maybe reach out to me and we could see if you could be a client. Also, I am going to be continuing to make videos for the Crypto Elite Mastery Course version 2. So I will obviously update you guys when that's out. I'm working super hard on it. So I will keep you guys updated on that. The Discord group has been going exceptionally well. We got a ton of new people that have joined the Discord group. If you want to join the VIP Discord group, you could just go to cryptoelite.com/discord or cryptoelite.com/home, and you could join by going to those sites. Links are in the description as well. And we're all just actually doing really well. It's pretty dope. So I'm glad that everyone's doing good, and hopefully we could, make a lot more money this year and position ourselves for the next bull market so that when the next bull market does come, we could take full advantage of it, make a boatload of money and actually, I'm sure for a lot of you guys, take your profits this time and actually not have your portfolio drop 70%. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to teach you how to actually do that intelligently. And, if you're here and you watch these videos through and you're part of the Discord group and you get the course and you go through and you do all this stuff to really learn, then you're doing more than 99% of the world and you're well on your way. So congratulations for that. And with saying that, I think we should get into it. So I'm going to go on my screen now and I will start the market update. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, guys, so first things first, we're going to run through this overall big picture stuff. Just like the last few weeks, most of this big picture stuff that tells you whether there's tops or bottoms, it's not going to give you any real indication because really, we're not where they will give you an indication. $30,000, as you know, was the bottom, and what was it? $69,000 was the top. So we're right in the middle between that. We're around $40,000 to $43,000. So once we get down into the $30,000 range, that's when these will be much more indicative. And once we get up to the $60,000 range, $60,000 to $70,000 range, that's when these will really show. And especially if we have like much more bigger growth, which is totally possible, shoot all the way up to what I'm predicting will be this cycle's top somewhere. If I believe I'm remembering correctly, it was around $220,000 to $240,000 per Bitcoin before we get that real correction, that 80-90% correction. I'm still thinking that's a total possibility. But obviously what these videos are for and what I do is I play level to level in my trading account. And so I have my HODL account where I don't really touch it just in case, we go on some crazy parabolic run. But for the most part, I do have my trading account, and that's what all of this stuff is for. So we're just going to run through these things really quickly. First thing is the Bitcoin Bull Run Index. It's at 46. No need to really go into much detail. It's in the middle. It needs to be down here or up here for me to really do anything. So I'm just going to move on to the next one. Pi Cycle Top Indicator. We had the Pi Cycle Top Indicator back here at around $63,000. And that was back in April, May. Yeah, that was in April. So it gave the top, but then of course we did have that huge rally from 30,000, which is why you need to take all these indicators into consideration, because if you just sold right here and said, okay, we're done, the bull cycle's over, then you would have missed the move from 30,000 up to 70,000 or 30,000 up to $69,000. So that's why we look at all of these things. The next one I look up is the MVRVZ score. Once again, green is the buy, red is the sell. We are in a very low territory, which is good. It's getting closer to the buy zone, but it's still not even close. It's not there yet, so can't really do anything with that. Our HODL ratio, once again, our HODL right in the middle. We got the green buy zone, we got the red sell zone, so nothing much to say there. The rainbow chart. Gotta love this rainbow chart. It is still cheap. Bitcoin is still cheap according to this rainbow chart. Of course, if it goes down into the blue where it is basically a fire sale, that is when I will be loading up as much as I possibly can, selling everything in my possession, selling all of my assets and putting every single penny I have into Bitcoin, and then taking out loans and putting it into Bitcoin, and then taking out mortgages and putting it into Bitcoin. Dude, that Michael Saylor, insert the Michael Saylor clip right here, and if it ever comes down into the basically fire sale zone. Also, honestly, if it comes down into the buy zone with the exclamation point, I might do the same thing. I might actually do that, sell all the real estate I have, sell my car again, just like how I sold my car back in 2019, somewhere around here and I bought more Bitcoin with it. So when it was at like $5,000-$6,000. So I will do the same thing if Bitcoin comes back down to somewhere in the $20,000 range, for sure, 100%. And so that's this. And of course, if it comes up into the sell territory, then of course I will start scaling out. And then once if it ever reaches this maximum bubble territory, I'm done. I'm like, all right, see you later, bye, and I'm out. I'm selling all of my crypto, 100% of everything I own, and going into cash, and then probably buying a bunch of real estate, or maybe just holding cash for a while. I don't know. Or maybe I'll be going short, most likely. So that's the Bitcoin rainbow chart. And next up, we got the Fear and Greed Index right now. As far as 8 hours ago, we're at 46, right in the middle. It needs to be under 15 or over 85 for me to really do anything with this. Looking at the funding rates should still be all negative. Yes, they are still all negative. So that's good, because that means that it's good to basically. Sorry, I got a notification. But this is good because this is good if you want a long. So if you'll get paid. And those are basically all of the main big picture stuff. And now that we got all that out of the way, since it doesn't really tell you much, we could go into the actual charts and play level by level, because that is where you get really down and dirty. But actually, before we really get into the charts, I forgot I go to Glassnode, and I always look at the Glassnode videos just to see if there's any on-chain metrics that are very, very compelling. This one apparently is from 4 days ago, and it goes over the reserve risk oscillator, which is apparently a very, very good metric. So I'm gonna watch this video, and if anything, catches my eye, I will unpause this video, and then I will go over that. Okay, so basically what I got from this is that more people are hodling basically than ever. It didn't really tell me much other than like a lot of people are hodling their Bitcoin, and they're not selling off as much. That's pretty much it. So let's just go into the charts. Okay, first things first, look at what TradingView just, hold on, I didn't make a video about this. Yeah, sorry. I was looking at these logos and I did not realize that these logos were here. I think this is new for TradingView. Anyway, let's go into the actual chart. Looking at the monthly, this is the first thing that I look at. And obviously the first thing that I do is I'll take the Fibonacci from the bottom to the top and I'll plot out the 61.8 golden ratio. It's still at $1.227 trillion. So we do still have some room to go down in the overall market and really just have the market tank overall. So don't get your hopes up quite yet. And also we have this huge resistance right here that we sort of have to overcome. Although this is a diagonal resistance, not as much weight as the horizontal resistance is. But you could see the horizontal resistance right here. This is what we could do. We could take the Fibonacci from the top to the bottom, and that's the 38.2. And you could see that it actually popped all the way up from 1.489 trillion all the way up to just under 2 trillion at the 38.2, and then came all the way back down. So that's the monthly chart. And then we go into the weekly chart, and you can see, popped up here, came back down. So now we could take the Fibonacci from the bottom to the top, and it hit the 38.2 right here. So what happens now? Two situations. Either we pop back up here, which would be really nice, or we come down to the 61.8 and then we pop up and hopefully break free out of this diagonal resistance. Looking at the RSI and the stochastic RSI, they look pitiful, and the MACD looks fine because it's moving up, but it still looks bad overall. Like, it's not giving me too much confidence in the weekly time frame. And also just looking at the candlesticks, which is literally the first thing that you should be looking at on the weekly time frame, this is a very negative candlestick. I'm actually surprised that. Okay, so we have 6 more days this week. Okay, this actually is not good. Yeah, I would bet more that we come down to the 61.8, which actually is perfectly aligned with this breaker candle. Look at this. Look at where this is lining up perfectly, right? Because this would actually, okay, so if the total market cap comes down here, I am definitely a buyer. Totally a buyer. This is a perfect area to be buying a lot of cryptocurrencies. And also, if it does come down here, by the time it comes down here, we will get the RSI and the stochastic RSI down into the oversold territory. So that's sort of like premeditated. And yeah, seems actually perfect to me. So I am more prone to think that we're going to go down. So I'm still going to be overall looking for shorts. I mean, this is the total market cap, and we are in a complete downtrend. Very obvious. Lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. This is a bear market. This is exactly what a bear market looks like. Lower lows and lower highs, just over and over and over and over and over again. Now, we did just put in another lower high. You can see we had the high here, previous high here, and now we have this high here. So if we are keeping up with the lower lows, low, 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 then essentially this would be the area for the new low, somewhere around $1.354 trillion, if not going all the way down to, with a capitulation candle, down into 1.2 trillion, where we previously were back in July and the summer of 2021. However, we will definitely, well, I don't want to say definitely, but there's like a very, very, very good chance that we will bounce off of 1.79. So if we come down here, I will definitely want to be longing a lot of cryptos, at least for like very conservative price targets, maybe 10%, 10, 20% possibly. And maybe even more, maybe even up to 30% on some cryptos. It's all going to be level by level. But yeah, this is where I really want to long. And then I will take my profits, and then I will try to long if we come back down into any of this area down here. All right. So yeah, that is the total market cap. Big resistance, basically big resistance right here, and clear downtrend. And yeah, I'll be going in heavy at 61.8 and then trying to take my profits pretty early, and then I'll go in heavy down here. So that is the total. Next thing I look is this total 2, which is everything excluding Bitcoin. So it's all of the cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin. And oh no, look at what we got here. This played out absolutely perfectly. So it came back up here straight to the 38.2 and then came back down. So now if we click here and create this, the altcoins are actually getting pretty close to the 61.8 right now as well. And it's like, it could be here or it could be down here. That is the question. Let me check right here. Yeah. Okay. It is definitely this one. Yeah. Okay. So we're at the 50% right now. So this is the real one. So this is where I want to. It's crazy how accurate this is, to be honest. Like because I wrote this like a week ago. And so, yeah, we're coming down here. So once it hits here, definitely want to grab some alts. And ultimately though, we're still in this downtrend. I put it in this yellow that you could clearly see. Higher, let's see, high, lower high, lower high, lower high. And now we made another lower high. So probably gonna, make another lower high, and then a low, lower low, lower 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 low. Same thing with the total, So very, very similar with the altcoins, or the total market cap excluding Bitcoin. Okay, so now what we could do is we look at the dominance levels, and it's just crazy how accurate this has been. I mean, basically, like, it's doing exactly what I said it would do for like weeks now, which is nuts. So it's like, I was like, yo, this was the top. When it was right here, I was like, I called it. This was the top. And then I said, it's going to come down to here and pop up here and then fall back down here. This was like weeks ago, and it's literally doing it. It's nuts. So yeah, I think, yeah, we're bouncing off the 50, but I don't like the 50. Sometimes we do bounce off the 50. If we are in a bullish, if there's bullish momentum, we'll bounce off the 50, maybe even the 38.2, but obviously we're in bearish momentum. So we're going to bounce off the 61.8. If that, we get lucky if we bounce off the 61.8 in a in a very big bear trend. Sometimes it comes down to 78.6. So just like how on the total 2, right? The total 2, if it comes down to 61.8 on here, that's where I want to long. Same thing with the altcoin dominance. If the dominance levels comes down to the 61.8, that's where I want to long on alts. And so I'm not going to take any big trades. All of my trades will be in the 1% to 2% risk if they are longs, and they will be up to 3% risk if they are in short positions. That's how I gauge this. So this is a big lesson right here. Big lesson alert. Big lesson alert. I wish I had an editor that could like put in bells and whistles and stuff for you right now, but I don't have that. So, and I want to get this out to you as soon as possible. Basically, this is the deal. When we are in this like bear trend thing right here, right? You want to be short more than you want to be long. You want to be shorting the pops. You don't want to be longing the bottoms. Well, you do want to be longing the bottoms, but you want to put more risk into the short positions because there's a higher probability of the shorts actually going in your favor as opposed to the longs going in your favor. So maybe you want to risk 1% per trade in your longs and then risk 2 or 3% per trade in your shorts. And so that is how you use the total market cap and the dominance levels to adjust the risk that you take on your trades. Okay, guys, so now we can move on to actually looking at Bitcoin. And looking at Bitcoin on the weekly, looking at Bitcoin, it really does not look very good at all, to be honest. I mean, look at this. Look at this candlestick right here. This huge wick. This is tough. This is tough because this type of candlestick after this huge run up is very, very bearish. But a lot of times in cryptocurrency, we have these type of candles that look super bearish, and then we'll have this, it'll trick everyone, and then we'll have a move up to sort of take out all of the people who shorted like they should, like technically sound, down here. But then we'll move back up, and then we'll have the real dump. It's usually like a double tap, type deal. So this definitely is concerning though, especially because we only have we're only 1 day in to the week, so it could easily fall much further. So let's just take a look at some key levels. Obviously we have the high right here, we have the low down here is the actual low, and then we have this this is the most recent low at basically 33,000. So it's underneath this key level of 43,000 right now. That's not good. Like this wick right here is really not good because this is almost like a fake out. And I'm sure if we go to the daily, we could see that people were probably really stoked that it pumped up above this level right here, and like right here, like, okay, we're gonna long now, we're gonna long, and it popped because it popped up above this level, and then obviously now we're down here. So this is almost like a fake out to me, a swing failure pattern. And so I am going to be putting on a short position. My short position was at 43,000. I'm not sure if it hit it right here at the top of this wick. It should have. Hopefully it had. Hopefully it did on the exchange that I'm on. But yeah, it's a tough one. But to me, there's also, where's the little thing right here? No, where is it? Here it is. Okay, so obviously there's also this pattern that could possibly play out, which is it's a very common pattern in cryptocurrency, so I wouldn't be surprised if this happens. So I don't know. I am sort of bullish, but you have to, like, I wouldn't long here. I wouldn't long like right here, right where we are. We're right in the middle. Look, we're literally right in the middle of everything, right? So if I'm going to long, I would either want to long right here, which is, the low right here, same thing with the low, or I would want to long this area right here, assuming that is the, actually no, I would want to long this area right here. I would want to long down here, and this is what I would want to do. I would want to long 38,900. Let's just call it 39,000. Okay, so I'm gonna put a long horizontal line right here at 39K, and I'm gonna say long here. I'm gonna say support long here. Okay, so to summarize the game plan for BTC, I'm going to put on a short position here right underneath the 38.2. I'm going to take my profit for that at $39,438. And if it comes down to 39,000, that's when I'm going to actually put on a long position, and I will buy it down here. And I will target probably 41. That seems somewhere between 41 and 42, maybe 41,500, something like that. All right, so that was Bitcoin. So now we can move on to Ethereum. And my trade for Ethereum that I had on, first I put a trade on at 3,200, 3,223. And that was my first trade. And now I am looking at another one, and I put a trade on like here, and but that was from before, so I can actually bring this up now. And this is not a bad trade setup. So let's take the Fibonacci from the top to the bottom and see where we landed. So it looks like we landed right here, right in the golden pocket, although this is actually a little bit, it's not exactly in the golden pocket, I feel like this is a more accurate representation. You could probably just short right here and do something like this, like a 1%, 1% to something like this. Let's see here. I mean, that's the percentages on this is like it's not even really worth it. I don't know. I guess you could in essence put on a short trade like this and try to target these lows down here, which is a pretty good, 3R ratio. It's a little bit difficult to say because it did close above this previous, these previous resistances, but this could easily be a fake break, fake out as well. So need a second to go back over this. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do because times are pretty confusing right now, whether things are going to go up or going to go down. I have my trading cheat sheet checklist. So I'm just going to start from a blank slate and go over that. And this is what I like to do a lot. So basically we start off on the highest time frame that we can on whatever coin. Sometimes it's the monthly, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, stuff like that. It's the monthly. Other coins, it's the weekly. And then we go down from there. So plot out the high right there, 4,875. Plot out the low right there, 1,700. So these are the major areas. And then we have this one down here. So if it ever reaches this area, that's where I want to go in. And if it reaches this area, that will be a huge resistance. That's the first thing that we do. Second thing that we do is look at the big areas of support and resistance. This is a really big one right here, and we are still below it. So that is not good. And then there's another, I guess this could be a big one. Let's go into the weekly to see if there's any confluence with that. Also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just checking if there was anything else. No, nothing really else. So this was the monthly time frame, but the weekly time frame, this looks like a bigger area on the weekly time frame right here. So I would rather use the weekly time frame as opposed to the monthly time frame. Or what you could do is you could just simply take this and make the style, a dashed line that is very thin, and then just put monthly. Just put monthly on there, and then you have that just to remind yourself that is what it is. And then you could put the weekly right here just to remind yourself of that. Okay, so I think I have a game plan for Ethereum finally. Basically, it broke out of this, diagonal trend line finally, and then came back down and retested it. But we're not out of the woods because you could see lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. We're still having lower highs. So if this pops up here, and it closes up here, then that would be really good. But this is the monthly resistance, so that's a huge resistance right here. However, let's say it does, close above this high and it makes its first higher high in a while, or close above this high and makes its first higher high in a while. It'll probably retrace a little bit and then pop up to right here, and this is the weekly and the 61.8. So 3,800, that is a huge area of concern. And this is where I would definitely be taking a lot of my profits for a lot of coins, is right here. Now it's like, where would you get in? Like, where do you want to get in? I don't know. Just like when I'm looking at this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the MACD, the MACD down here. It's about on the daily, about to cross over on the daily downward. That's not really that good. On the RSI is moving up into the overbought territory. That's not real good. The stochastic RSI is fine, so that's whatever. So it looks like it might still have some more room to run up, and maybe we'll get another, we could essentially get another 12%. So if I was going to take a trade here, maybe I would do something like this. If I really wanted to push it, I could do something like that for my long bias, but it's a very difficult place we're in right now. 100%. Like it's not so clean and cut, you know? It's not like, oh yeah, sure, definitely, like we're at the support, like buy it. No, it's like this is the resistance up here. This was the support. It broke down, it came up, came back down, broke down. This is a really tricky area. This is and this formation, I mean, I like this formation, but ultimately we're still in a downtrend, so it's a difficult thing to do. Like this right here, uptrend, and then let me see if I do this. Boom, boom, boom. Something like that. Like, yeah, I'd long this every time because we just came off of this huge uptrend. But now we have this very, very, very similar situation, but we're coming off of a downtrend. So you got to, be more cautious 100%. Unless it happened in an area like here where the major supports were, then that would definitely call for, buying a big buying opportunity. But honestly, we're sort of in the middle of it. We're sort of in the middle of this area. Like even the closest support is here and the closest resistance is here. And we are smack dab in the middle. Like this is a no buy zone for me. Yeah, this is really a no buy zone for me. Yeah, and so I don't know I'll probably sell a little here at the monthly, but I will definitely be selling if it comes up here to 3,800. And if it comes down here to 1,800, I'll definitely be buying. Okay, so the next one that I want to do is actually going to be Link, because obviously I'm in a huge trade for Link. I put my short position on here, right? And then I took my profits at 16.25. So like I took my profits right here for Link. I took half of my profits for my short position. So now we are above that, about 5% above where I took my profits. And I'm contemplating what to do, whether to close it out completely and manage my trade like that, or to wait and then sell more and add to my short position right here. I am leaning towards doing both. If I sort of want to close it out right now and then open up a new short position higher, but I will wait because I already took my profits on like half of it, which is really good. I'm glad I did that down here, but it's just like very, very difficult to understand or to gauge exactly what to do in this scenario. Let me pause it, see if I can do a little bit of analysis on this, and then get right back to you. Yeah, so for my Link trade, I'm going to leave this one be. I'm going to stay in the shorts for the remainder. It's either going to come up and end up stopping me out, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to remain in my short, and then if it does pop up here, I'm going to be adding to my position, because this is just such a big resistance. Like it would have to have a lot of power in order for it to come up above this big resistance. I mean, it's a logical trade, like doing something like it. But hey, if you haven't gotten into Link, then this could actually be a really, really good trade to put on. So you may decide that doing this is something that you want to do. Actually, yeah, this would actually be a really, really good trade to put on for Link. Okay, so the next thing that I want to go over is Rose, because I'm currently in a Rose short. Once it broke down below this huge trend line, just like what Link did, I got into a short position when it came up and retested it right here. So I was planning on, taking my profits down here, but it looks like this may have been actually a fake out, And now it pumped back up above this heavy support line, which turned into resistance, and now it's going to be support again. So it's like I don't really want to close my short position that I had on here, but what I will do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave my short position open, except I'm going to bring this down a little bit, and I'm going to bring this down here. No, screw it. I'm going to keep it exactly where it was. I'm going to keep everything exactly where it was. And I almost want to open a long position. I almost want to open a long, and it could be like hedging pretty much. So I could open a long like this, and this would be pretty solid. It would honestly be, it wouldn't be too bad to have something like that. I just would hate to like long after it goes up 14-15% in a freaking downward market since, January 15th. This one actually held up very, very well. Wow. Rose held up really well because November, what the hell? Yeah. Rose is up since November. Rose is up 66%. Something definitely is going on with Rose, because every cryptocurrency basically dumped around November, but Rose, for some reason, absolutely crushed it. So Rose is a player that is very impressive, to be honest. And the fact that it is doing what it's doing right now, and it popped back above here, yeah, that gives me a little bit of worry for my short position. And honestly, look at this. This is support right here, right? This big support, plenty of times, came back down here, and now it sort of just jumped right above there. So, oh man, what a difficult situation this is. I feel like I should just honestly buy it. I feel like I should buy it. Yeah. I mean, look at this MACD histogram. Bullish divergence. The price came down, yet the MACD went up. This is bullish. This is stupid. I hate this. I have a feeling my short is going to be stopped out. I almost want to just close it out right now. I'm so tempted to just close this out right now, but I'm pretty confident this is going to move up. All right. So the next thing that I want to get into is actually some of the coins that I might want to invest in for the long-term investing. The first one that I think of is Mana. And so, yeah, I'm looking at Mana here, and really it had this huge run up, 700% during 660% during the Facebook craze, and then it crashed 70%, and now it is back up 91% from the lows. So I do want to get back into this, but do I want to get in right here? Do I really want to get in here, or what? Because this was the 78.6, right? So if it does come back down here, I would want to load up. So I am going to set that as an alert 100%. The other thing that I need to keep in mind, though, is where are we terms of big supports and resistances? We are in between. It looks like, yeah, I mean, this right here is pretty obvious. This whole area, big support, big resistance, right? So that one's easy to say. So let me just do this and then make this a line. Boom. So that's pretty easy. Now that we are above it, now that we're above it, that yeah, it's funny. It's like we went above it, had a fake out, then we had a fake out below it, and now are we getting the real push up? Now is this it? So what I would do is I would try to capture this move. I would try to capture it like this, and I think that this would be a pretty solid. Yeah, this would be a pretty solid play for mana. This is what I would do. I mean, this is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to try putting this on, trying to get in at the support, getting on a retest of the support, and then hopefully a push higher. And if it falls down here, then whatever, I will just simply try to buy it down here. So that's going to be my move for mana. Okay, so that was mana. Hopefully I recorded it. I'm messing up with my recordings right now, but hopefully we got mana down. Now I want to look at engine, because I also really like engine coin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a look at this, plot this out. This is the support down here. Okay. This should be green because support, right? And then I'm going to put that up there. So if it comes down to here, it's a definite buy for me. Huge buy for me. This is support. This is the resistance. This isn't really the resistance. This is really the resistance, because this was, this is the weekly support, and then we broke through it. So this is actually the resistance right here, but I am short. Plus there is the resistance right there. So it does make sense. Plus a whole lot of support. So yeah, this right here, 2.29. Basically 2.3, huge resistance at 2.3. And then we could go into the daily, and we could see what is going on in the daily. And let's see. Oh man, yeah. Okay, so I want to add to this. I want to buy it for my investment portfolio, right? But because I like on the daily, higher high right here. It goes high, low, higher high, higher low. That's good. That's really good. So I do like it. Let's just see what we could do with this. That's a solid 22%. That's a solid. I could dig it. I could dig that. Let's do that. Let's put this trade on. Not from right here, because it just had a pretty big move up. It just had a big 9% day. But what we could do is we can notice that there was a break, and we can try to get in. We would want to get in right around here. This would be the most. It might come down further, but it also might not. If it's super bullish, it might not come down further. So what I would do is I would go down into the 4 hour, go down to the lower charts, and try to get in. Try to get in right there at the support. Ooh, this is going to be a little tough. Put that there. Put this here. This is where I would probably take my profits. Let's check the RR on this. 2.71, pretty good, pretty solid. Okay, this is a solid setup. Yeah, we could get one. Hopefully, this is what I would hope would happen. I would hope there would be a wick down here, and then a move, and then a shot up, and then obviously maybe something like that, and something like this. That's what I would really hope would happen for this. So I think that this could be a good trade, and just make sure that this is right. Yeah, because if it comes back down here, then it'll probably fall back down to here, back down to this level, and then I would want to get in down there. And honestly, I don't know if I wouldn't even want to get in there. I would wait until it's here. But look at how overbought the RSI and stochastic RSI is right now, and the MACD is pretty high. So it's probably going to turn around, come back down, do a little something like that if it's bullish, if it is truly bullish. So I'm going to put this trade on, and give me 1 second. Okay, so for engine, this is my game plan. Hopefully it'll come down here and do that. And then the last one, or last two, I guess, were DOT and Cardano. These two have been requested. So I don't know if you saw my tweet or whatever I did about DOT. I absolutely hate DOT. Maybe it'll jump all the way back up here, but I don't know. Like, I mean, no, I do know. Like, it's a solid project. It'll have its run eventually. It's just like I had so much opportunity cost with Dot. It has annoyed the hell out of me. So basically, I sold it somewhere around here, I think, and I'm just like, not. I don't really want to touch it anymore. It's the world's most venture capitalist coin. Basically, like more venture capitalists have money in Dot than anything else. I mean, I don't know. There's better opportunities out there than Dot, in my opinion. I know the parachains and everything are like crazy, but maybe the tech, even though it's amazing, maybe the tech just isn't going to work out. You know, who knows? Obviously, during a bull market, it'll go up, but even during the last bull run, like it hardly went up, like 400%, while other things went up like 800, like twice as much. So I just got really tired of the opportunity cost of holding Dot, and I sold. So I don't really hold it anymore. But looking at it right now, I'll see if there's anything that catches my eye. Not really. There's massive resistance right here. Where's the support? Local support, of course, is right here. But when it comes to like support that's real support, this is the real support. Of course, there's also possibly this right here. So 1, 2, 3 levels of support. We are right in the middle between the support and the resistance. So yeah, I don't know. I do like, yeah, and it's not like the other one where we had like a higher high, a high, a low, a higher high, a higher low. This low even was like on equal par of this, and yeah, I don't know. It could go up, but it's really, I don't see anything. Obviously, if it comes down to $10.37, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy it because it's an easy, very easy play that I will get into. But like other than that, I don't see it unless, of course, it pumps up here and then let me do this real quick. If it pumps up above here and then retest this, then I'll get in right here. Sure, that would be cool. But even so, there's just so many other coins that have performed better over the last year and a half, and I'm just sick of it. It's the same exact thing with Link. Like being with Link, there were a lot of coins that performed way better than Link did because Link outperformed everyone during the bear market. But then when the bull market came, it sort of like stagnated for a really long time. So I feel like the same thing is with Dot, and I'm not really about it. Okay, and then finally we have Cardano, ADA, everyone's favorite coin. If you go to the Coinbase chart, you can see that it's within the box of the support, which is like really good. That's where you want to buy. But I tell you what, if you go to the chart that has been around for a lot longer, it is not looking good at all. I mean, it did hit my first investment price, but if we break below $1, this thing could go to Hades. This thing could just go zoink, like down to freaking 50 cents, 45 cents, something like that. And I don't think it would actually hit here. I think it would hit like somewhere around here because everyone will be waiting for it to hit 50 cents. So it'll probably hit 60. But like, yeah, it could if it breaks this line, you could expect it to go down significantly. So definitely scary, but it is in my investment price right now. So I wouldn't mind just like having a little bit of it. The other thing though is that market condition, unless we turn around, like in the entire market turns around, like then it's probably more likely that we'll continue to go down. From here, it seems difficult for Cardano to continue to go further down, but because it's such insane support level right around here, you know. But it's definitely possible. So I would say holding some Cardano at around these levels is fine. Yeah, I would say it's fine to do. I mean, it's literally pretty far off the top. 66, it's about 65% off the top right now. So putting some into an investment portfolio is cool. But if it falls, below 97 cents, I'd probably get out. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this market update Trading Tuesday video. What I'm gonna do is this week I'm gonna do a really big one and sort of go over as many coins as I can. I'll probably spend like 8 hours on it. And when I do that, I'll go over a lot of the altcoins and try to plot out good levels to get into and like where I want to invest into. But this is going to be it for this one. So just thank you so much for watching. I hope you appreciate it. Be sure to check out the description below. Click the links down there. And yeah, this is going to be very interesting because we've been in a downtrend for quite a while. Are we at the bottom? Not completely sure yet. But obviously, we have had a nice little rally today, literally today, the day after Valentine's Day. Great little rally. So we got the rally, but like I said, I do think the 61.8, this is where I want to get into for the total and the Bitcoin or altcoin dominance levels. This is where I want to get into the alts right around here. So I'm still waiting, even though we had a little bit of a green day today. I would rather hold out before I start putting on massive risks. So every single trade that I put on right now is, because of the uncertainty, is 1% risk, 1 maybe 2% risk at most. And then once we get down here, I will put on 3, possibly even maybe 4% risk into each trade. So that's the difference. When you're uncertain, you want to put on less risk per trade. When you're more certain, like down here or up here, that's when you want to put on more risk per trade. And then as the trend continues to go and it gets closer and closer and closer to where you think it might turn around, you want to put on less and less risk. And that's a huge lesson. So I think I'm going to end it with that amazing tip for you. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. All right. And if you want more of this stuff, and if you want the actual trades that I put on in this video and the alerts to go off, then hit up the Crypto Elite VIP. You could see that I got that right here. And if I go to the what did I just do? I had, here it is, the VIP signals. I put the engine trade in there. I put the mana trade in there. I put the link trade in there. Oh, link might actually be a very good shorting opportunity. So if you're watching this video and you see that link is coming up, check this out. It might be a really good shorting opportunity for link. Other than that, I will see you in the next video. So you're awesome. Stay awesome. Peace out. Bye. Thank you.